everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
Leggies.
Got one right now. The urge to pop that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day: what we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh. Good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Sure.
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in. That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Brayley's Virtual Tour Live. The 22nd day of the Diddy trial has came and went. We do have a lot to get to, plus a update for all of you Diddy content creators, or at least content creators that are covering the Diddy trial from Make It Make Sense. We will be talking about that here in just a little bit. So with that being said, higher is waiting, lower is available, but either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background, you hear that virtual tour music, and just know, y'all, just know that time is slipping away from me. And then there is a me. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Glad to have you here. I hope all is well with you. Let's get to the getting and doing what we do here. We are live on tour. So, updates come to us from NBCnews.com. Jane testifies Combs was enraged as she witnessed another rapper's freak off. Okay, that's a lot for sure. Combs faces 5 criminal counts, including 2 of sex trafficking, and has denied all of the allegations. What to know about the sex trafficking trial? Sean Diddy Combs' former girlfriend, identified in court by the pseudonym Jane, was back on the stand under cross-examination as defense attorney Terry Garagos questioned her relationship with Combs in an attempt to recast her allegations of forced sex, physical violence, and abuse. Jane testified that the constant need to have sex for Combs' entertainment made her sore, tired, exhausted, and overwhelmed. I felt like a whore. I'm not a trained actress, she said. Combs faces 5 criminal counts, 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs has ferociously denied the allegations against him. This live briefing may include graphic descriptions of sexual violence. For resources on sexual assault, call the National Sexual Assault Telephone Hotline. And also, too, you can sign up for the Diddy on Trial newsletter for key developments and analysis. And, of course, listen to the Dateline Nightly podcast. All right, y'all, let's get to the gang and doing what we do here. Jury dismissed until tomorrow morning. Judge Sumerian thanked the jury, dismissed them for the day, reminding them that they'll be back at court tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. Jane is excused from the witness stand. Jane's marathon testimony finally came to an end with her leaving the witness stand after answering prosecutor's question about the violence she endured. He slapped me and punched me, she said. Well, when the statement gives a whole picture without drawing it, ladies and gentlemen, defense asked Jane if she was willing to give up her home. Okay, Chad, let me read this before I go off. Defense attorney Terry Garagos returned to question Jane once again, asking her about a prior question she had been asked about if she was willing to give up everything to stop doing hotel nights. Garagos asked Jane if she was willing to give up her home, which she lives in with her child. It was paid by Combs. Jane responded that it was a hard question for her. The defense attorney then pointed to Jane's financial capabilities, including $150,000 Combs had wired her over their relation, and sometimes the $50,000 a month she receives from her OnlyFans content. So here's what I gotta say to this, right? Hey, Erica. Hey, my friend. Good to see you. By the way, this sister right here is a gem, is an angel, is a good one right here. Shout out to Erica 70. Love her, love her, love her, love her. So much. Let me just say this, right? With this situation, right? Imagine if you were Jane. I think we all could, put a puzzle piece with another puzzle piece and complete the puzzle of who this is. We can't say that. 50 Cent revealed it. Allegedly. But with that being said, I mean, Jane is a mother with a child, right? How in the world could you ask a mother, would she give up her home when she has a child? She's responsible for that life. So if she said, no, I wouldn't give it up, then of course Terry Garagos is going to exploit. You see, even with all the abuse, she would stay. negating the fact that this is a whole mother with a whole life, right? So I felt like that question was a dumbass question, just like Terry Garagos is a dumbass bitch, okay? Because she asked Jane about handbags in the midst of a racketeering sex trafficking trial, okay? Listen, y'all know what I did yesterday. I said, if I was a prosecuting attorney, I would ask, if Terry Garagos was great tonight in New York City, how would anybody feel in this courtroom? I'm going to go over to the audience here. How would anyone in the audience feel if Terry Garagos got raped in New York City tonight? I would feel obviously pissed because that is damn wrong, disrespectful, and crass. So we all agree that that would be wrong for Terry Garagos to go through that, but Terry Garagos is not giving a damn about Jane or any of these victims. And of course, her dad, Mark, would be pissed off and say to the judge, that was out of line. That's my daughter. That's not your daughter's a grown-ass woman or a grown-ass man. Now, the judge could recuse me, okay, or he could suspend me for a couple of days. But what would probably end up happening is, while Attorney Lee was out of line, he did not lie about what he said. And of course, they would probably, the defense team would be like, why I oughta? Well, you want to come against a black man because he was more intelligent than your white privilege existence? What the hell we doing here? This question right here, rather, was just way off of asking a mother would she give up her home when she has a child to take care of. That was dicey territory. Okay, that was very, very dicey territory. And by the way, before anybody says I am not for women, Erica 70, Nikki News or Narcissism, plenty of other people. You can look on the community wall on this channel. You gotta scroll down a lot. I posted receipts of how many women came out here for your man, your friend, and family member. I call stripes and solids like I see them. I don't wish hell on nobody. I really don't. Even though I have every right to do that for some people that really fucking deserve it, but I recognize higher is waiting for me and lower is available for the rest of them that can never get to the higher that's waiting. So, but what it is on our side, everybody just falling in love. Because you know why?
Time is slipping away from me. Yeah.
Let's roll on, child. Let's see here. Jane says she had no choice but to testify. The witness says she's not getting paid and has no choice but to testify. When Comey inquired if she's receiving any monetary compensation, she said no. And when asked her motive to take the stand, Jane said, because I was subpoenaed. Earlier in the day, the defense had argued Jane's testimony was tainted because she could, in theory, make money on a civil action against Combs. Hey, defense, question real quick. Question. So was Cassie's testimony tainted? Because she also filed a civil lawsuit. Y'all are really that fucking damn stupid, aren't you? Like, the defense team has asked for 2 mistrials. Two of them, right? So I just don't get it. Yes, time sure does bring a change, Casey and JoJo, absolutely. And like I said, y'all, listen, you saw the thumbnail, you know my voice, and damn it, you know why you're here. If this is your first time, it's going to be a rocky honeymoon period between you and me, because you're going to be like, damn, he is coming in hot, not missing for shit, and is not letting off the gas. And in this experience that we're all experiencing with this trial, you need a little bit of everybody. You need the people who are refined. You need the people who can go there. I'm the person that can go there, but I'm also refined because I have that media nerd brain. So, okay, just want to give you the lay of the land, okay? Because Erica has seen me when I go off. The ladies and gentlemen have seen me when I go off. And when I go off, believe me, it usually is a very long time before I go off. Because I try to give people love, grace, and space. I don't just talk about it, I be about it. But in this situation, if you don't like somebody putting 20 on 10, saying the quiet part out loud, and being about something, this may not be the place for you. Because I don't play about life. I don't play about being the Calvary for people who are giving everything they have, but yet nothing's coming back to them. And I don't play about the totality of how I move as a person. Okay? You seem to, you know what? Listen, I have to say all that because in 2025, if you stand up for yourself, if you give an opinion that's different than most, and if you come from a perspective of old school, and that you were in a village, and that you were raised with standards and requirements, it's a crime, allegedly. So I'm just pointing out, Erica, and all the 3,117 subscribers that are here because they've seen the totality of me, okay? Because, child, I'll say this, I probably have done more on my channel than most channels on YouTube and on social media. And Erica, has that changed at all? Has that changed at all? Has that changed at all? Listen, you saw the thumbnail, you know my voice, and damn it, you know why you're here. Let's roll on, child. Did Rip pay for hotel nights? The witness says she objected to Combs' need for her to perform sex acts for the men, but she felt she was obliged to perform. Once Combs started paying her rent in 2023, Jane said, I felt I had to do hotel nights to maintain emotional stability. When prosecutor Comey asked if Combs ever threatened to stop paying rent if she didn't want to perform hotel nights, Jane said multiple times. Well, I mean, thank you. Thank you, gorgeous. I appreciate you. So here's the thing, right? We know that Diddy is controlling when it comes to financial control, social status control, and also career control, right? Because we know Cassie had a 10-album deal and she only produced one album, right? So for everybody saying, well, Jane chose to do those nights, you just heard from Jane right here that if she didn't do hotel nights, her rent will be taken away. So it's like, okay, damned if I do, damned if I don't. So let me just get in here, compartmentalize, and release and leave, right? Now, for those of you saying, well, I would never do that, or my friend would never do that, or this person, that person, I would never do that. Listen, that's great that you have that perspective. But just because you have that perspective doesn't mean other people did not have the chance to have that perspective, because it was a fight or flight situation. Okay? So, all right. Jane breaks down in tears over pressure to sleep with other men. There was another emotional moment of Jane, of testimony from Jane, as she explained her jealousy of other women in Combs' life, crying as she described the pressure to perform for him. Jane told the court that she felt it was unfair that other women in Combs' life appeared to get more from their relationships with him than she was, despite the pressure she felt to sleep with other men during hotel nights. She brought up the nights with Combs because she was frustrated at being forced to compromise herself and the treatment she got from him, she testified. Well, here's the thing, right? I feel her, but also too, like, Diddy really didn't give a damn about anybody. I mean, honestly, and I hate to say this, y'all, I really do, but he saw every woman like a flavored condom. Ooh, let me put Jane on and see how she feels. Let me put Cassie on and see how she feels. Let me put my personal assistant on, let me see how she feels. He looked at each of those women as a flavored condom. And he did not care how much he pushed that flavored condom to the bone. He just didn't care. He just did not care. So while you met, and this is the thing that I think people really do miss out on with this trial, is just because you were open to it doesn't mean that you don't have the right to change your mind later. Like I said, when I get my BBW wifey, listen, I'm a demon at night. I like to eat. Okay? Listen. I like to command. I like to throw down. I like to handle some shit. But in the same token, though, if my BBW wifey ain't feeling it, then she ain't feeling it. And that's called consent. Point blank in the period. And vice versa. Even though she might be on demon time, I also have to consent. And I think that this trial is forcing us to have some conversations that have probably stayed in the house a little too long. What goes on in this house stays in this house. And that statement has, I think personally, hurt us more than help us. I'm not saying it hasn't helped us, because the less people that know your business, the less pain you felt from that business being told. But just because people didn't hear about your business doesn't mean that you weren't in pain about your business. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Jane testified she wishes she could forget hotel nights. Prosecutor Maureen Comey asked Jane whether she wanted to remember every one of her hotel nights with Combs. Jane wishes she could forget them, she told the court. Jane testifies nonstop performances took their toll physically. The constant need to have sex for Combs' entertainment made Jane sore, tired, exhausted, and overwhelmed. The witness said, "I felt like a whore. I'm not a trained actress," Jane said during redirect testimony. What do you expect from a woman after 24 hours of drugs and nonstop performance? Yeah, I mean, if we remember with, Cassie, she had UTI infections, she had mouth sores, and she also had gastrointestinal problems, right? And then with Jane, I think she went through, when she was going through her menstruation period, she also went through trying to take antibiotics too. So the body needs to rest, right? So whenever you pass out, or whenever you don't have enough electrolytes, how can I say it? I think Tony Braxton said it best. Pain is like a, hang on, give me a moment. Give me one moment, y'all, because I want to get the quote directly here. Movie, because there was a line from the beginning of the movie that I'm trying to find the book again. I know it was on. It was something. What was it? Pain is. What was it, child? I'm trying to think of the line. They had the oh my God, child, what was it? Pain is like pain is like a teacher. Why in the hell is it now on YouTube? Now I know good to damn well, because I watched the movie several times. Like, y'all, I'm not even playing with y'all. I'm not, man. Like, I know good to damn well. Tony Braxton. Pain is pain is like a teacher, pain is like an indicator that something is wrong here. I'm paraphrasing that, but basically that whenever you feel pain, it's almost like that. Oh my God, what is it? I know it's in my brain, but it's not escaping my brain. When it's a heart defibrillator, when you hear that, when you feel that pain, it's like a reminder to tell you to stop in so many words. But that's why I feel from what Jane said here of nonstop performances that control physically. Prosecution questioning Jane again on redirect. Jane could be reaching the end of her time of witnessing as Comey started the government's redirect examination. Jane reiterated how much Combs pushed for her for hotel nights, even after telling him she didn't want to do it all the time, Jane said. Judge denies evidence for the defense in yet another vague courtroom discussion. U.S. District Judge Arn Sumerian denied the admission of evidence for the defense, but it was unclear what the evidence was, as the courtroom was filled with another opaque conversation. It appears that Combs' attorney wanted to show the court some they believe would show Jane colored her testimony after reading the Victoria lawsuit. Sumerian didn't seem to agree with Combs' attorneys on its relevance, saying another person's lawsuit would not constitute improper motive for testifying. And I fully agree with that. Hey, Colton, good to see you, my friend. I will have to say I fully agree, because if you all remember, I think it was Jane that said, I think it was either Jane or one of the women that said, reading this was like reading my own trauma, right? So just because you relate to somebody else's testimony doesn't mean that's going to determine your testimony. If anything, it gives you more of a solace, more of a peace, and more of an understanding of, okay, I have the room to release, right? So that's how I felt about that there. Prosecution takes issue with defense implications that Jane is lying. Federal prosecutor Maureen Comey took issue with the defense cross-examination of Jane, which has been led by attorney Terry Garrigo. She told the judge that the crux of Garrigo's cross was the implication that Jane tried to tailor her testimony to please prosecutors. Comey pointed out that there were 4 incidents in which Garrigo tried to shade Jane's testimony, implying that she was lying about being coerced by Collins. Oh, absolutely. Like, the Garrigos, like, lawyers are some waste of life that should have been swallowed by both of their mothers. Like, I have never seen a defense team this weak, this tired, and in this disarray of a fashion. I've never seen it, because you're questioning about handbags, you're questioning about, their sexual activities. Remember, there was one of the attorneys that asked Kid Cudi about the sexual escapades about him and Cassie, and Judge Sumerian got pissed at that attorney. And I gotta say, the defense has had more penalties on the field, to use a football metaphor, than the prosecutors. The prosecutors, they've been hitting their touchdowns. And the defense team, they've been blocked every first down, and they have not scored any points in this game. Not at all to me. Combs in tears, emotions or allergies. During the break, Combs grabbed a handful of tissues and dabbed her eye before walking out of the courtroom. It was immediately clear if the defendant was briefly overcome by courtroom drama or more than a natural irritant. Well, hey, Justine Bell, good to see you, my friend. Well, I'll say this. I mean, courtrooms can be dusty, but also, too, when you're a dusty-ass person, it will make you, react to yourself in a fashion that you may not have the comprehension to recognize. Did that come? Bray, really? You had to, Braylon. What? What the hell am I supposed to do? I didn't do this shit. This dumb motherfucker did this shit. Jazz Combs should have swallowed her son. Okay, bro, you live. Okay, and what's your point? You say random shit all the damn time on live. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having a conversation with my alter ego, Terrell. Terrell is upset that I can't have decorum when, listen, it is what it is. Y'all, listen, there's not really any room for laughter here. So, with this trial, we have to find a way to get through this where I am able to give you the real, but give you the soul of what needs to be said. So it's not always going to be the easiest thing, but yeah. So, but like I said, once again, you saw the thumbnail, you know my voice, and damn it, you know why you're here. So welcome in, glad to have you here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. By the way, these people right here are the legendary tourists, in the words of legendary Alpha MC, the virtual trials, the virtual tour family. Lee CW has called these people her tour fam, and Nikki News and Narcissism has called them her tour sisters. If you are loving the energy of this live, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button for all, so I will, you know, whenever we go live on tour, upload a short or upload a video, and glad to have all of you here. Yes, indeed. All right, everybody. Combs lawyer sharing a headset. What? Wait a minute. Hang on. Hey, listen. You fucking listen. Your wife is on the line. Okay. Oh, shit. You forgot about that night, motherfucker? Really? You couldn't tell us the shit? Everything is fine, Judge Aaron Samura. Everything is fine. When you get back, and choke you the fuck out. I'm so sorry, courtroom. I'm so sorry. Combs and lawyer sharing a headset. The defendant was having problems with the headset, leading him to first try the listening device of defense attorney Brian Steele. And when that didn't appear to work, Combs shared the headset with Ophelia, leading both of them to lean into one side of the headphone pair. They were listening to audio device only being shared with the witness, jurors, judge, lawyers, and Combs. Y'all had to share a headset. Oh, isn't that cute? A criminal and a criminal sharing a headset. Both of y'all are fucked. Like, seriously. Oh, and do you know why you're fucked?
Time is slipping away from me. Yeah.
Time is slipping away from y'all. Time, my Lord Jesus. Wyoming trip prompts Combs' apology. Witness testifies. Combs apologized to Jane after she saw pictures of him appearing to be on vacation in Wyoming with another woman. In a text exchange introduced during Jane's cross-examination, Combs wrote that, "I just want to be friends, that he's sorry for any time I hurt you." I'm a little confused here. I'm just a little confused. So, if how can I put this? Okay, I think I got it. Let's just say, right, that I utilized somebody's, I'm trying to think of a streaming platform where you don't have to really do it like that. Okay, let's just say that I took somebody's BET Plus password, right? And I did not tell them. And I say I'm sorry, but yet I still use your password. Are you really sorry though? Because like this motherfucker says sorry. Hey, Nelson, so welcome in. This motherfucker says I'm sorry, but yet still repeats the behavior. So is he really sorry or not? That's the real question here, ladies and gentlemen. Jane testifies Combs was upset she attended another man's freak off. Okay. Combs' offense went into an argument between Jane and Combs over her being in Vegas with another rapper, which led to an instance of sexual voyeurism. Jane testified earlier today that she was in Las Vegas with another rapper, his wife, whom he had a relationship with, the same sex worker who Combs and Jane often employed. She said a group of people watched the sex worker Anton have sex with another woman, a woman in a hotel room during that trip. Tyrion Garagos, Combs' attorney, questioned her about the disagreement that she had with Combs over the matter. Combs apparently upset that Jane attended another man's freak off. The defense seemed to emphasize that Jane left the argument unharmed. Well, you know, there's not too many rappers out here, you know, with a wife, right? And they are a part of voyeurism. The only person that I could think is maybe Kanye West. That's the only person I could think. Because we've seen Kanye West get fellatio overseas. We've seen, you know, Bianca basically dressed butt ass naked. And and also too, we know that Kanye is known for not respecting his women. For example, Kanye West showed explicit photos and videos of his ex-wife Kim Kardashian to Adidas executives, right? So that's the only person I can think of that. So just interesting, right? Court returns from lunch, headphones distributed to the jury. Court is back in session. After lunch, Jane has returned to the witness stand. Headphones have been given to the jury, indicating some upcoming evidence that may be played that's not for the public's consumption. So listen, man, you know, this audio that we're going to hear, right? You know that this is you, right? Yeah, I know, man. I know. Listen, I was lost out of my rabbit ass mind at times, man. And but we're gonna win this thing, right? Sure. You don't sound confident. No. Listen, we are fighting as hard as we can. But you. I don't know how we're gonna get out of this. You sure we can't get out of this? Bruh, if I am leaning over this fucking chair to you, I'm telling you right now, if I was confident I'll be standing up straight, but I'm leaning over to let you know that your ass might be fucked. Not like your ass hasn't been fucked in jail with no lube, okay? And you taking the pain as much as you can. But bruh, I'm not Whitney Houston from, you know, Brandy Cinderella. You know, impossible things are happening every day, but I don't think there's enough magic here. And the white man's like, hey, listen, I know I ain't invited to the cookout, but bro, I know I ain't coming to no cookouts after this. This black man just, you know, I could have been a pilot. Could have worked on private jets. My mother wanted me to be a home health aide. But really, I just wanted to decorate Christmas trees for a living. And I'm here. Oh my God. He's only sorry she's not shutting up and taking it. Laying there, rolling over and taking it. Impossible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. Impossible. And that it did it running for white horses. Such fire like filling in your courses. Impossible. But the world is full of strangers and fools who don't believe in sensible rules and don't believe what sensible people say. And because it's daffodilitos keep building up impossible hopes, impossible things are happening every day. Thank you very much. Y'all will never have to worry about me going on American Idol unless I'm taking Rod Seacrest's job. Okay. All right. Moving on. Now I'm gonna be singing that for the rest of the day. Listen. Court takes lunch break, but less so for lawyers. Judge Smirian dismissed jurors for the lunch break, asking them to return to court before 1:15 p.m. as jurors filed out. Samira asked prosecutors, Combs' legal team, and a lawyer for Jane to meet him behind closed doors. This day of testimony got off to a late start with lawyers debating the scope of questioning for this witness. Defense revisits physical fight between Jane and Combs. Defense attorney Terry Garagos revisited a physical fight between Jane and Combs at her residence in Los Angeles in 2024, which Jane described to the court under her direct testimony. Jane testified that the drawn-out violent incident began when she pushed Combs' head onto a countertop. She said the incident was sparked by her feelings of anger over suspicion that he was on a family trip in Turks and Caicos with another woman. Garagos is revisiting details of the fight, including what Jane said it did. She asked about Jane throwing a candle and glass before locking herself in a bedroom. During her direct testimony, Jane said she locked herself into a closet where she changed clothes. She alleged that Combs began his own assault on her in the hallway after she exited the closet, and that she ran away and hid behind a wall outside for 2 hours. Now, we all know the raids that happened in Miami and LA, right? But you know what? Turks and Caicos has shown up, and y'all let me know if I'm wrong in the live chat. And y'all let me know in the comment section below after this live is done. If you're watching the replay, let me know rather in the comments below if you believe what I believe. Turks and Caicos has pretty much been mentioned every single day. Am I right or wrong? Y'all let me know in the live chat and also y'all in the comment section below of this replay. It's been mentioned every day. And I am not saying Lisa Ray McCoy is going to be in this trial, nor am I trying to drag her in it. But as y'all know, she was the first lady of Turks and Caicos. Okay. And I will never forget an interview she had with Carlos King of that. Even though she's not the lady of Turks and Caicos anymore, she still goes through that entrance, and she still knows people. I'm just bringing the links together for y'all, okay? Lisa Ray McCoy could be Lisa Ray Lee for all I care, okay? Lisa Lee, Miss Lee, if you're nasty, okay? But listen, Turks and Caicos has been mentioned in this trial a whole lot, okay? I'm surprised that there hasn't been anybody from Turks and Caicos at any one of the hotels they went to that hasn't been on the stand. Yeah, I'm just pointing that out. I'm just pointing that out. Okay. Listen. Okay, moving on. Jane testified she witnessed positive changes in Combs after Cassie's lawsuit. Well, no shit, Sherlock. What other choice does he have? Let me see. Keep being the fucking bastard piece of shit and waste a life that should have been swallowed by my mother, or make changes so maybe I don't have the full life that I had, but I can still have a resemblance of the life that I believe I deserve. Where's your scooter? Where is it? Where's your scooter? Where is it? Where's your scooter? Where is it? Now, Diddy had an impossible choice. He either wanted to live his life, okay? 365 days a year, or
it's not just feeding the hungry only on Thanksgiving. It's an everyday situation. You know what I mean? This is 265 days a year.
That is funny. 265 days? Where the hell that bitch live at?
It's not.
To this day, we still don't know where that bitch lives at. We just don't know. Woody Woodpecker. There were a number of positive changes in Combs after Cassie Ventura filed a lawsuit in November 2023 alleging he abused her, according to Jane. Under cross-examination, Jane confirmed to Combs' defense attorney that she felt closer to Combs after the suit was filed. She affirmed the characterizations that she felt much more love from Combs after the suit, whereas before he was often called egotistical. Attorney Terry Garagos asked Jane to confirm that Combs became more apologetic about listening, and that he spent more quality time with her in that time. Jane agreed that Combs had done all those things, and that she felt she could assert herself more in 2024 than she had in the relationship previously. I see what the defense is trying to do here, basically saying, ladies and gentlemen, he is still a fucked up piece of shit, but my Lord Jesus, you put that piece of shit in a shower and you give him some Old Spice body wash, and you put some Mando body whole body deodorant on him, and let me tell you something, he might smell like something new. Hi, defense team, question. Even though that could be true, he's on trial right now, so he would still smell like a piece of shit, correct? Braylon, shut your ass up! You always feel like you know everything. Whoa, hold up. I'm not the one who asked a woman about handbags when she was raped. I'm not the one that did that. That was your fucking piece of shit daughter, Mark Garagos. That was you. That was you. The judge is like, Mr. Lee, we know you are articulate. We know you are the great one. We know you are the genius of all geniuses. But could you please quit whooping ass mentally on this defense team? Well, tell them to be smart. I might change my mind. Thank God Court TV doesn't have like a content creator edition of the Diddy trial, because I swear to God, if I came up as a highlight, I'll be like, oh, damn. Oh, my God. Y'all gonna have to put this on Courtroom TV after dark. You can't put my highlights on during the daytime version of Court TV. You got to put it on Court TV after dark. Oh my God, let's roll on, child. Combs through birthday celebration that felt like prom, witness says. The witness fondly recalled Combs throwing a birthday celebration that felt like prom in March last year. The party in Miami included a 5-course dinner and music. As Jane called it, really sweet. The celebration was so moving, Jane said, that she was okay with hooking up with sex worker Don at Combs' direction due to his generosity with the party. Okay, so who is Don? Okay, like who is Don? Like, is Don gonna come out later in the trial? Like, what's going on here? Because we know that the prosecution, the government, only has one more witness, allegedly. So we've had some sex workers come up on the stand, but is Don gonna be next? We don't know. Sex worker Anton had a relationship with another rapper. A sex worker whose name has come up often in this trial. Anton was known to have a relationship with another rapper and his wife, Jane. Jane said. Both Jane and Combs had known in early 2024 that Anton was a part of a relationship with this other unnamed artist. The witness said, cross-examination by defense lawyer Terry Garagos. Okay, then. Interesting. I still feel like it's Kanye West. I really do. I still feel like it's Kanye West. Like, who else has been out here? I'm just saying. Defense played sympathetic voicemail from Combs to Jane. The defense played a voicemail that Combs left for the witness, appearing to show the music mogul was sympathetic to her feelings after the Tour Bombshell lawsuit. Combs said that he hoped that they could mend their relationship so you can move on with your life, so you don't feel like I wasted your life. According to the message, he asked Jane, what would make you feel better? How about not doing any of the shit that you've done to me, you dumb fuck? Could that be a request? Moving on. Hey, 10 people, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Glad to have all you here. We are in the middle of the 22nd day of the Diddy trial. Glad to have all of you here. Jane texted Combs in 2023 that she's processing some sort of trauma. The defense is going back to messages Jane sent Combs in October 2020. Sorry, I'm trying to get by. There we go. Okay, my leg together there. The defense is going back to messages Jane sent Combs in October 2023, where she wrote to him that she was processing some sort of trauma and needed time to herself. She wrote that she wanted to please Combs Through deep down, she wanted the night to end. Though deep down, she wanted the night to end. Combs' attorney Terry Garagos pointed to another message and asked Jane to confirm that she wrote she knew she was consenting verbally. Garagos also pointed out to the fact that Jane wrote Combs Combs never knew she was uncomfortable. Jane confirmed that she did send those messages. Okay, so she confirmed that she did what she did. Okay, that doesn't really prove anything. I mean, she was in a relationship where she had to do what he said or there were consequences. Like, what it is, though, don't you see that? Jane back on the witness stand for more cross-examination. Jane took the witness stand following this lengthy closed-door delay to hash out ground rules of her ongoing cross-examination. Defense attorney Mark Felio, without revealing the specific nature of his side's argument, with Judge Smearing's evidentiary ruling, says he fears Combs could be denied his rights to a totally public trial. Let me finish this out. In very cryptic arguments, Anfelio appeared to say his side needs to delve deeper into it, and that only Combs and Jane were privy to, and thus the defense wants others to cooperate. In equally cryptic words, Comey argued that getting into more detail would be needless. Anyone who has witnessed these events can come forward with the suggestion that they need to say the names to get information from the public is nothing more than a pretense to intimidate the witness. Shout out to the Dark James Comey. She's been throwing down and been making touchdowns. Like I said, Mark Felio is the one who said one ball baby will go along. One ball baby or goes a long way when the government collected more than 1,000 balls of baby oil, more than 25 balls of baby oil, right? And this is the thing, right? To Mark Felio, this trial has become so public. We're in the 5th week, bruh. So 6th, 7th, 8th. So we're almost done. So like, what? Why did you say that pointless comment for? Like, sincerely, why? My Lord Jesus, setting ground rules for Jane's testimony today. The government wants to bar or limit the number of text messages that Combs sent Jane in late 2023 and 2024, saying he knew he was in legal jeopardy in the wake of Cassie Venture's lawsuit. Combs wanted to make self-serving statements that hotel nights and freak-offs were completely consensual events as preemptive legal strikes. Assistant U.S. Attorney Maureen Comey said the defense has attacked Jane up and down by trying to show that she agreed to these sex acts, using these Combs messages as the alleged proof. Comey said U.S. District Court Judge R. Cerner appears to be leaning toward prosecutors ruling against the introduction of at least one allegedly self-serving Combs voicemail. Both sets of lawyer and attorney for Jane left the courtroom to discuss away from jurors' ears her upcoming testimony. Combs back in court. Combs is back in the courtroom this morning wearing the same orange sweater and khaki pants from yesterday. When he walked into the courtroom, he hugged members of his defense team. So here's what Jane said yesterday. Jane testified for her 5th day on the stand yesterday. So today we're making her 6th day. So I think she's the longest witness that has been on the stand, if my memory serves me correct. In forceful cross-examination, Combs' lawyers sought to recast Freakoff's act consensual tryst, citing times when Jane texted Combs that she was having fun and an instant when she initiated hotel nights. Yes, that was my suggestion. Combs was excited about that. Jane said in court, at one point she wrote down tears as loving messages between her and Combs were read in court. I resented him for how much I loved him and could say no to him, she testified. She also testified that she was upset Combs spent time with rapper Young Miami, Turks and Caicos. Seeing photos of them together was a painful experience, especially given how she tried to satisfy him with hotel nights. Prosecutors want a juror removed, citing lack of candor. Yesterday, prosecutors sought to remove one of the jurors, juror number 6, who Combs' defense lawyers claim is among the panel's black members. It's not exactly clear what's behind the prosecution's request, though it has cited a lack of candor. We were very reluctant to put in this letter. It appeared to be a lack of candor with the court that raised serious issues with us. Maureen Comey, one of the prosecutors, said yesterday, we did not want to do this. We were compelled to do that. So Brian Buckmeyer from ABC News basically said that a lack of candor could be like, what did you eat for breakfast? And you say you ate pancakes, but you didn't have enough candor to say that you had, coffee or tea or orange juice or what have you, right? So that's basically what it was. And I think that witness knew the facts of the case, but also said that they could negate their perspective and listen to the case itself. And I feel like, no, that's a liability, because if you had to say that, then your mind was already made up, right? But hey, like I said, I'm giving you this from the social media point of view. Go to Pam Esquire, go Lee Attorney, go to people who actually do this, okay? They cover the legal side, I cover the social side. Jane back for sixth day on the stand. A former girlfriend of Combs, identified by the pseudonym Jane, will return for her sixth day on the stand. Yesterday, Combs' defense team said they would be done with cross-examination in the morning. Prosecutors told U.S. District Judge Arnson that the government would rest its case no later than a week from Friday, perhaps as early as Wednesday next week. One of the prosecutors, Maureen Coleman, also said the government is conceding its case and pursuing from the court and defense, which witnesses will be removed from earlier plans. I am sure that they are trying to figure out which witnesses they want to utilize for the big bang at the end, because, Cassie was the beginning, and the middle was just bringing the puzzle pieces together. Now they just want to showcase the full magnitude of the puzzle. So that's everything you need to know from the 22nd day of the Diddy trial. So here we go with some dynamic video from ABC News. Here we go. Diana Perez there from ABC News Live. Here we go.
The defense in the Sean Diddy Combs trial is finishing cross-examination of one of the rapper's ex-girlfriends. But first, the judge called a private meeting with the prosecution, defense, and lawyer for the woman testifying as Jane. Yesterday, defense attorneys tried to use Jane's own text messages to show she willingly took part in Combs' sex life and is not the victim of force or coercion. At one point, she cried so hard on the witness stand she couldn't even finish reading those texts. Now the prosecution says they expect to rest their case next week. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges. ABC's Rena Roy and legal contributor, criminal defense attorney Shauna Lloyd, are outside that courthouse. So Rena, what's the latest on this private meeting?
Well, Diane, we know that there were several issues discussed behind closed doors, and that one of them involved whether or not non-alleged victims who take the stand can use pseudonyms. Defense attorney Mark Agnifilo argued that they should go on the record with their real name so that when someone hears about testimony who's outside of the trial and they might have information about that testimony, that they can come forward and offer to testify. And they were specifically discussing an issue from 2024 when Jane testified that she flew to Las Vegas with a friend of hers who's a famous rapper and then went to a hotel room where she saw a male escort named Anton having sex with a woman while that rapper and his girlfriend watched. She testified that that escort was somebody that she previously had a hotel night with along with Combs. The prosecution, though, wants to keep those pseudonyms, and they say that sufficient information about that event specifically and about Jane have been disclosed. Diane.
Shauna, what does this mean for the trial going forward?
What this means going forward is essentially the defense is lodging this idea. Trials are supposed to be public. They are open to everyone to come and see. And the reason historically has been so that information can be gotten from anyone who knows about it. Now, they're arguing that this is an infringement on Jane's privacy because these are people that she's connected to and events that she participated in. The defense is rebutting that, though. They want these names to be public because what they're saying is if there is some information out there that could either be used to impeach her or discredit some of the testimony that is being given, that they want those people to come forward. So this could change the dynamic and the credibility of her if they come forward.
Shauna, the prosecution said yesterday they expect to rest the case next week, Wednesday or Friday, depending, but by Friday, they say. What are you watching for as the defense starts calling witnesses?
So what I'm expecting for when the prosecution wraps up is someone to bring it all together. There's either going to be a personal assistant, a bodyguard, or someone who's going to bring all of these events together. For the defense, I expect that they're going to bring forth witnesses that are going to rebut everything that we've heard. They're going to either be witnesses that have seen firsthand and have a different point of view, or witnesses that can impeach any of the testimony that's been given. So that way they start and increase that reasonable doubt that they are looking for.
All right, Raina Roy, Shauna Lloyd, thank you both. And for more on the Combs trial, catch the ABC News Live show Burden of Proof, the case against Diddy, every night after the trial at 5:30 p.m. Eastern.
Rena, Shauna, and Diana, thank you so much for that. You know, it's interesting because in that clip, when they talked about, you know, the case is public and people should put their names, you know, in public, Diddy can still have control over how witness intimidation happens, right? He called one of the former members of Dirty Diddy Money 54 times in one day, right? And Diddy also was talking to, sorry, I'm trying to get myself adjusted it. Diddy also talked to, he didn't talk to, but he was making gestures at the jury, right? So I don't know about that. I feel like the defense is really trying to, you know, hang on, you know what? There's only one way to do this, child. There's only one way to do this. I believe this is what the defense is doing. This is what I believe the defense is doing, okay? And Bertha is going to call out the defense team.
We never got no picture. I'm telling you a story, Mama. Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the booze.
Two more times.
We never got no picture. I'm telling you a story, Mama. Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the booze.
One more time. So this is the defense team. So Candy's the defense team, and Bertha is the prosecution, seeing the defense's bullshit. One more time. By the way, shout out to Candy Burns. Okay.
We never got no picture. I'm telling you a story, Mama. Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the booze.
I mean, it makes sense to me. Some more dynamic video from ABC News. Here's Kira Phillips live from New York. Let's roll.
Defense attorneys for Sean Diddy Combs finish up their cross-examination of one of the rapper's ex-girlfriends. Now, the defense questioning the woman testifying under the pseudonym Jane about the period of time when she testified her relationship with Combs started to deteriorate. Attorneys for Combs also focusing on a 2024 trip to Las Vegas, where Jane says that she flew with another famous rapper. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all the charges. Legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer joining me now from outside the courthouse there in New York. So, Brian, let's talk about the latest from the courtroom.
Yeah, so Kira, continuing after the lunch break, still some arguments that we saw from earlier in the day about whether or not non-alleged victims could testify under a pseudonym, I think around this idea of this Las Vegas trip. And now, coming back out of the lunch break, we continue with more testimony from Jane, talking about that June 2024 incident that involved violence, where the defense got out and Jane has admitted that she initiated violence, but Sean Combs continued with that violence, leaving her with a black eye and as well a bruise to her face. They're also talking about that same interaction later on in the day, Sean Combs going through her phone and realizing that Anton, one of the entertainers, had said they had a mutual friend. Sean Combs suggesting and saying, you don't have a mutual friend. And that's when it devolved into a point where the information about Jane going to this Las Vegas trip came out, and Sean Combs is quoted by Tenny Garagos as saying, you went to another man's freak off? That's when Anton, the entertainer, came to the where they were, had another interaction that didn't go as far as intercourse, but still involved drugs. And there seemed to be a dissolution of this relationship and some tension. The first time we're hearing about violence with Sean Combs and Jane.
All right, Brian Buckmeyer, appreciate you. I know you have to get back inside court. We'll stay in close touch. And for more on the trial, you can also watch our show, Burden of Proof, the case against Diddy. That's every night, 5:30 Eastern, right here on ABC News Live. And then Brian has a podcast, Bad Rap, the case against Diddy. You can get that wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Thank you, Brian Kira Phillips, for that. Now, this is a warning to all Diddy content creators. I saw this while I was at work today. I haven't had the chance to view it, but we take care of each other over here. Whatever you don't know, I don't know. Whatever I know, I let you know, because at the beginning and end of the day, we're all trying to do the best we can with what we got. Okay, so here we go with make it make sense. So shout out to that brother, rising, growing, and evolving. Love that brother.
Remember college? Well, now college is over, and here comes.
What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense, and yo, we gotta talk about the mess going on at the courtroom and how to stop it. It's getting out of hand, and people are getting exposed. Like the video's intro plays, we got a lot to get into, and we do not have a lot of time.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense to me intellectually.
Make it make sense.
Hey, what's wrong with come on, bro.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. You about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things in your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. You about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things in your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things.
Is right now, bad boy. Love. Well, we about to make love. And then we gonna change your name back to Diddy. Cause then we gonna Diddy. Then we gonna change your name back to Puffy. Cause that's what you gonna be when we done Diddy.
I like that.
Hold on, you ain't supposed to like it.
I like what you're talking about.
I don't like it if you
I hate
like it.
scrambling and scraping.
Hey.
That's a lot. I like that. I like you.
Guard?
I ain't locked in here with you, Playboy. You locked in here with me.
Hey, no Diddy, bro.
And grab that baby all over there and lather up.
Lather up?
Thought I told you that. We won't stop.
Man, hold
Thought
on.
I told you.
Mims, fuck you, man. Your ass ain't right for shit.
Okay, guys, so as you know, there has been a lot of drama going on in the courtroom. I avoid it because I don't really need it, but that's not the point. You all, the content creators, have been tagging me in so many videos about other content creators and who might have exposed Jane and who might have exposed Mia, and I get it. The problem is, and you guys, once I say it, you're gonna think, wow, that was extremely simple. I don't know why I didn't think of this first. If your goal is to protect a victim or protect a witness that is supposed to remain anonymous, great. But if your goal is to get back at another content creator that you may not like, or you don't like the way that they're moving, it is extremely short-sighted to think, I'm going to put them in a video and show every time they have exposed a witness, because now you are exposing the witness. It's not too hard. I mean, we all make our content. I'm usually the one that says, get it how you live. However, in this particular situation, even if you don't like the witness or you have no desire to protect the witness who should remain anonymous,
right?
What would be the point of risking your channel or getting admonished by the court?
Right.
I'm in the courtroom. I sit and I listen after things are technically over and the jury has left and the witnesses have left. And basically what they are saying is there will eventually be investigations. See, whatever they do now sets a precedent for later on for any of you who do want to cover these court cases. You cannot move. You can't move so reckless. Again, if you are choosing to make videos of someone exposing a witness, you have just exposed the witness to your own subscribership. So what would be the point? Moreover,
I want to pause this for a minute because here's the thing.
It's your duty, your obligation as a content creator who wants.
Let me pause this for a minute because I want to speak to this, right? With Mims, he is absolutely right in what he's saying. I think everybody is trying to do the best they can with the resources that they got and move accordingly. In the same token, though, Each platform requires a different energy, right? So, for example, when I talked about the story, right, of how 50 Cent asked about Jane, right, that was a contextual story because it was talked about in the culture, right? And I gave you the context of who that person was because People Magazine, people.com put out that article. That does not mean that I've exposed that witness. One thing to know and two things for sure about this channel right here, Erica will tell you, the people who watch this channel on a regular schmegular basis will tell you, I do my research. I make sure it's at least 2 to 3, max 5 links before I put it in my description box. That's one. Number 2, there is a way to go about telling about a destination or a story, but most of all, it is the vitality and the veracity of which you release your content, right? So from the time that we started, from now you guys know about jury selection up to the 22nd day, we have been by the book of the updates from NBC News, some dynamic video. Most of the time that comes from ABC News. I really do like ABC News, except I really don't like the fact that they moved Good Morning America out of Times Square and fired Terry Moran for saying the quiet part out loud, but that's neither here nor there. And sometimes we bring in other pieces of video along with some other articles. But I follow that format because even though this is a recap show, you're still looking to be entertained. But in the space of entertaining you, there's a responsibility to care about how we go about presenting the information to you. So does that make sense? I bring links together for you to get the context, conjecture, and connection, not to hurt anybody. That is not the case. Because let me tell you something. This trial and what Diddy has done and what his co-conspirators have done is way more than us covering it. Let's get that straight. So regardless of me at 3,000, Mims at 200, and let me see here, 213,000, or whoever is covering the Diddy trial, you know, some people are going to put 20 on 10. But I think it's a difference putting 20 on 10 just to gain people watching you. And it's another thing to put 20 on 10 when you are trying to describe the conjecture, the connection, and the context, conjecture, and connection of the magnitude of why this should be important. So I hope that made sense. I know it was a lot of rambling, but basically, there's always a way to do everything. So there it is there. All right, back to Mims.
To follow this, to literally follow the rules of the court. Now, content creators don't have like the same journalistic integrity. I get it, but you want to move a little different, especially since your channel might now be in jeopardy.
Did you know you can use AI to create voiceover audio? Natural Reader. AI voice.
If they say they want to hold you in contempt, you can read through what SDNY's contempt of court options are. Some of those are jail time. It doesn't take anything for them to go to Google, get your real name, and then proceed accordingly. So just a warning to all content creators who are exposing other content creators who are exposing the witness. You are now exposing the witness. So figure it out. I can't tell you what to do. I can just tell you it's probably not a good look since the feds are looking into it. But while we're on Diddy, following this case has been extremely interesting because Diddy has been allowed to move around like a gangster his entire adult life. But one of the things that was recently unsealed was the fact that Diddy actively knew that there was a device that the government did not have. So he reached out to, actually, let me read it to you really quickly. Let me see. On September 16, 2024, Following the defendant's arrest, law enforcement executed another search warrant for the hotel room the defendant was occupying, seizing all electronics in the room, including an iPhone 11. They did this all by the book, even though if you have been following it like I have been following it, Diddy was making all kinds of accusations of them seizing things unlawfully. They had a filter team that was supposed to go in and decide what things were privileged between Diddy and his attorney. Well, that didn't work out. Let me see. A few minutes later, approximately 10:47 a.m., the defendants and staff won a voice note, an audio recording telling staff one that another member of his staff two, had located a cell phone in his residence and that the device contained information regarding a woman with whom the defendant had previously had a romantic relationship, female one, during the charged conspiracy. Specifically, the defendant stated, "I don't know how in the world, but all of a sudden this phone I just came up we found in the house. And it's the time from when me and female one went to the thing. So they got to be so much stuff on the hard drive of the phone. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to send you a picture of it so you can see it and understand, like, this could be a big breakthrough, just like because we didn't have that phone and this phone is just sitting there. And they're just data-wise has to be a lot of shit in that phone. I didn't delete nothing out of that phone. I'm going to send you a picture of it now." Approximately 6 hours later at 5:27, the defendant sent a text message to staff one, "Hey, are you okay? Just let me know you're safe." 2 minutes later at approximately 5:21, the defendant sent another text asking staff one to have his lawyer, Tinny Garagos, call him. "I have a 911 need, Tinny, to call this phone ASAP, important." An hour and a half later at approximately 7:08, the defendant again texted staff one, "Send me Tinny's number. It's important, she needs to know. I can't play these games right now. I need to speak to my lawyer and I don't have the number. Just send me the phone number, please. Like, I can't even understand why you're not sending my lawyer my number. And I'm telling you, I have something majorly important that I have to speak to my lawyer about." Now, y'all, to me, this is sounding a little bit crackish. Maybe let me put my banner up. Maybe let me, skiing on the slopes. Because this is extremely sloppy. Any gangster worth their weight in gold could tell you that all of these text messages are discoverable.
Yep.
And just saying that you need to speak to your lawyer is not grounds for attorney-client privilege. Y'all, this is crazy. I want to know what's in the phone. Now.
So let me pause this. So from what it's sounding like, is that there was a phone with some evidence on it that Diddy might have known something about and that he wanted to try to cloak it, hide it, and disguise it as much as he could. So he was trying to give the upper hand to Terry Garagos, but then he got caught up. That's why I'm understanding from Mims. And by the way, to Mims, if you see this, brother, I am so sorry. Your face was off the screen. I was just trying to zoom in for my audience. So nothing but love, grace, and space to make it make sense. All right, back to the video.
Now, the investigators definitely want to know what's in this phone because you're basically begging to try to get it back. What was the exact words? It's just a big breakthrough. It's a lot of shit in that phone. And I didn't delete nothing from that phone. That's telling you everything you need to know, that this is the phone that we need. It's kind of like when his son he made a song right after things started popping off with his dad and himself. Yep. You know, the slow one.
And 50 Cent.
And he was like, The feds checked the wrong house. Like, most of us did not know that Diddy owned Star Island number 2 and number 1. He's saying that everything was hidden in Star Island number 1.
Congratulations, you played.
Jane was saying that she was going to Star Island number 1. So he owns both the residents right at the beginning, like as soon as you enter Star Island. I want to know what's on this phone. But as you can tell, this is not privileged information. This is not, this man is an idiot. I don't know. This is not a good look. I want to know if we're going to find out specifically what was in that phone. He said nothing was deleted off the hard drive. So that would have been definitely in the Cassie area. I don't know. You tell me what you think in the comments, and especially about the content creators. Y'all, we're all here to do a job. I'm not the one to tell y'all what to do, but as it applies to witnesses and victims who are supposed to remain anonymous, it's just that. Leave them anonymous. I got to run. Y'all have a good day, and I'm going to see you later for my entire court day experience from the day. Have a good one.
Thank you, Mims.
So that's how they're growing so fast.
For that. And, very wise words to heed. Like I said, we all are doing the best that we can. As you can see here, live at 7:20. Let me just click on it there. I'm trying to zoom in on it. But right here, live in about under 5 minutes. Part 2, Jane loses her shit on the stand. Iconic rapper tried to sleep with Jane under Diddy's nose. Jane plus Kanye West. We don't know if it's Kanye West, but that was the only other rapper with a wife. And Lanight is asking, did Kanye try to show up to court today and got kicked out? So that's a very good question, Lanight. I'm sure we will get the answer to that here in just a little bit, under 4 minutes here, live on Mims' channel there. All right, y'all. Here we go. More Brand Lee's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from this space right here, right now. Sean Diddy Combs complains about trial secrecy as famous rapper's name goes unmentioned. This comes to us from the Associated Press. From New York, a lawyer for Sean Diddy Combs protested the rising tide of secrecy at the hip-hop icon's federal sex trafficking and racketeering trial on Thursday after Combs and the public were excluded from lengthy arguments over whether another famous rapper's name could be disclosed. Defense attorney Mark Fellow complained to Judge Aaron Surin after Combs was left out of an hour-long meeting in a private room outside the courtroom where lawyers and the judge discussed a hotel room event in January 2024 that may have added a 2-hour delay to the start of the sixth and final day of testimony from a woman identified in court only by the pseudonym Jane, who dated Combs from 2001 until his arrest last September. Combs, 55, has pled not guilty to charges that carry a potential prison sentence of 15 years to life in prison if he is convicted. Prosecutors say he used his fame, fortune, and violence and threats to manipulate girlfriends into sex with paid sex workers in multi-day events that they later said they regret. Rather, the defense attorneys say the government is trying to prosecute consensual sex between adults. Under cross-examination, Jane testified Thursday that she flew to Las Vegas in January 2023 with a famous rapper and his girlfriend. Defense attorney Terry Garagos did not identify the rapper, but asked Jane if he was someone who had recorded Combs' individual at the top of the music industry as well, an icon of the music industry. She also asked if Combs and the rapper were really close to one another. Yes, Jane replied to each question. Once in Vegas, Jane testified she went with a group including the rapper to dinner, a strip club, and then to a hotel room party where a sex worker had sex with a woman while a half a dozen others in the room watched. She said there was dancing in the room, and the rapper said, "Hey, beautiful," and told her that he always wanted to have sex with her. Jane said she didn't recall exactly what she did, but she said she flashed her breasts in the room as she danced. The testimony came soon after the closed door session Thursday when lawyers discussed what facts could be disclosed about the hotel room encounter, and Felio said the need for a public trial was an important issue, constitutional issue, and objected to so much happening out of the earshot of his client. In response, the judge offered more secrecy, saying if your client wishes to be heard, we can clear this courtroom if it needs to be if need be to address it. Rather, Felio turned down the offer. Part of the recent trials are fully public is so if other people realize that they know something about an event discussed in a public courtroom, they could come forward and share their recollection of it, the lawyer said, adding that is kind of the practical side of the constitutional right to a public trial. A monitor that is used to show exhibits to spectators have been shut off throughout Jane's testimony, although both the judge and Combs and jurors can view them. Some sidebar conversations Conversations between lawyers and the judge during testimony have been sealed. The judge has also banned the public from viewing any exhibits containing sexual content, even though the defense has said images from the group sex episodes prove that there were consensual acts between adults and not proof of crimes. And many of the letters to the judge from lawyers each day are filed under seal, preventing the public from quickly knowing, for instance, the grounds under which prosecutors are trying to get a black juror ejected from the jury in mid-trial. The judge said he'll rule on the request Friday. Defense attorney Alexandra Shapiro. Jane and Cassandra Ventura, who testified 4 days in the trial's first week about her relationship with Combs from 2007 to 2018, both said they participated in sex marathons for years, with Cassie calling them freak off nights and Jane referring to them as hotel nights. Afelio said the defense consented to Jane testifying with Facilina, but did not consent to the other events related to her testimony and the testimony of other witnesses not being public. Assistant U.S. Attorney Maureen Comey attacked Afelio's rationale for disclosing more information publicly, with the risk that it would be easy for someone to guess Jane's identity, saying it was an attempt to harass, imitate this witness. And that's why I agree with that, because it's like, bruh, if you are the biggest, baddest on the realest defense team, then own your evidence, execute your shit, and get Diddy out. But the fact that you want other names to come out, you do realize that if one of your defense witnesses gets caught up in lying on the stand, then they're going to blame you guys for releasing the names. You do realize how dumb y'all ass is, right? Okay. Now I want to bring something up. Just want to see something. Okay, so I want to bring this in to the timeline for me to take out here. Diddy reportedly had no idea Kanye West was recording prison call. Sean Diddy Combs reportedly had no idea that his jailhouse call with Kanye West had been recorded and made available to the public. Puffy didn't know that it was being recorded on a video. The source told the New York Post, adding that he thought he was having a friend to call him to check on his kids. Diddy was at the center of Kanye's latest feud with his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, after Kanye called her out for securing trademarks for the children's names, including North, St. Chicago, and Southwest. You know, I never noticed this before, but if you look at this white woman right here, like, she is looking hard, and then this dude is just like in the cut. You know, a picture really does say 1,000 words, ladies and gentlemen. Kim attempt to block Kanye from dropping a song from his new Bully album, quite fitting if I do say so myself, which featured his 11-year-old daughter Northwest, the one he said he almost unalived while trying to run for president. And a clip of his recorded phone call with Diddy. The disgraced mogul is currently being housed at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. In May, he faces charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, transportation to engage in prostitution. Diddy is collateral damage in the debacle over Kanye's new song. The beef is really with Kim, the source added, also knowing that the situation is a matter of older, influential black men knowing that these guys are kind of flying blindly. And I'm trying to see. Okay, here it is here, y'all. Here's the alleged phone call.
Remember college. Now college is over.
Combs has been in jail since September, awaiting trial on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and fraud. And today, we appear to be hearing directly from Combs in a leaked jailhouse phone call with his longtime friend, Kanye West.
It's wicked, 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 so you be careful. I need you out there.
I hear you. Yes, sir.
What sounds like Combs appearing to reference jail life during the phone call with Kanye, which was obtained by the Shade Room. In the call, Combs encourages Kanye to get back to his music and thanks him for reaching out to his kids.
I'm gonna beat this and get next to you like 59 more days before trial. So.
Combs' trial begins May 5th, so Combs' 59 days to trial comment could mean the call occurred on or around March 9th. We reached out to Combs and Kanye about their conversation, but have not heard back.
I love you so much, man. It's like you raised me.
It seems Kanye's new nearly 5-minute song, Lonely Roads Still Go to Sunshine, begins with excerpts from that phone call. The song, released on X, also appears to feature Combs' son King and Kanye's 11-year-old daughter North, who does some rapping. However, Kanye appeared to delete the song from his X account one day after posting it, amidst reports North's mother, Kim Kardashian, was trying to block its release. Kanye then shared what looked like screenshots of his combative text message exchange with Kim. Kanye texting, "I'm never speaking with you again," as Kim explains how she had trademarked North's name. "I asked you at the time if I can trademark her name. You said yes. When she's 18, it goes to her, so stop." Appearing to disapprove, Kanye responds in part, "Amended or I'm going to war." And neither of us will recover from the public fallout.
It's from Access Hollywood. I found the call right here. Here we go.
Tell you the real from the front line. You know what I'm saying? It's wicked, wicked, wicked. So you be careful.
Yeah.
We can't do nothing in day. You know what I'm saying?
It was a time.
I need you out there. You feel me?
Yeah. I hear you. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Man, have some fucking fun.
Yeah.
Not having no fun, and they get behind the mic, have some fun, chop up them samples, get back on your hitman vibe,
Yeah.
have some fun, get back to smiling.
Yeah.
These other motherfuckers, they're wasting your time, B.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Wasting your motherfucking time. You know what I'm saying? So put that love in your heart, man, and enjoy yourself, man. When I get out there, man, I'm gonna see you tear down the stadiums. I need to see you back on that stage and actually rapping and performing and everything. I be dreaming of that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's time. It's time for me to just grab the mic and get back on. It's like I love music again.
Tell you the real from the front line. You know what I'm saying?
Time when it's just like everything was so frustrating. I can't explain it, but
jump into your bag, man. Jump into your bag. We're gonna have years and decades to fight these motherfuckers. Right now, enjoy your life. This is coming from me, from God to you.
Right.
Enjoy your life. Fall back in love, like when you was making the beats in the shop, and coming up to Daddy's house and motherfucking rock studio, and just chop them shits up. Bring that SP 1200 out, nigga, the MPC. Nigga, and have a good time and say the world and all the bullshit, man.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. So I love you, man. I appreciate you. And thanks again. And I'm gonna see you soon, man.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna be. You gonna definitely beat this shit. Yeah.
Yes,
sir. And that's it.
That's it, and that's all, baby. But I'm gonna make sure I call you.
It was a time when it's just.
Be back or something. It'd be good to hear your voice again.
Yeah.
Like 59 more days before trial, so I'll definitely be touching in to tap into your energy or something.
Yeah.
Play me some shit over the phone, give me some fucking life. This shit fucking sad. I put Daddy in jail. This shit is fucking sad as a motherfucker.
It's insane.
The devil is a liar. Word up, G.
Coming out though.
Yeah, man. But I love you once again, man. I'm gonna let y'all go and get back to some fun, man. I don't want to bring your vibration down.
Never.
Keep it in a high frequency, man. You keep doing everything you're doing, man. You got that fucking freedom. And when I get out and I get that fucking freedom, whew,
Right.
I am not caring about nothing but motherfucking being happy. And I want you to feel that.
Yeah.
I want y'all to have that for yourselves, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. That's it.
Back or something. It'd be good to hear your voice again. Oh, I know now.
Yeah.
I want to thank you so much for just taking care of my kids, man. Because ain't nobody reach out to them. Ain't nobody call them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody, you know what I'm saying? That meant so much, you know what I'm saying, that you reached out to them and took them under your wing while I'm in this one. Man, and I appreciate you. Word up, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I love you so much, man. It's like you raised me even when I didn't know you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel the love, yeah, for real. I feel the love, for real. It means so much to me. This right here is crazy. You be careful out there because they definitely trying to end us, you feel me?
Yeah.
They can't do it. They can't do it and they ain't going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to beat this shit and get next to you.
Yeah.
We're going to raise our families and become the kings that we're supposed to be, you feel me?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But words can't explain how much it means to me. You know, I know now.
Yeah.
I want to thank you so much for just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like being left for dead, and only one person coming to do anything to get you. And that's the level of appreciation that I have for you. But just like taking care of my son, that's some like next level big brother shit to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't have to do that. But taking my son and like, damn, some of the big brother father figure to him means a lot, you know?
Man, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, they out there with no parent and shit, man. These people trying to rock me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the way you are as a father, man, it's just like I look up to the relationship that y'all got. You know, just people.
Yeah.
I just always love the way the connection y'all had, or which connection you got.
I appreciate it, man. And yeah, you helping to give them the love that they need. Just like it just means so much, bro. For real. When I see it in your face, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I be able to hug you and thank you and show you for the rest of your life how much you appreciate it and always be here for you.
Man, thank you, man. Thank you. But I just feel like as a community, like we got to take the responsibility to, you know, just for us, just all of us. It's like we a family. Everybody has been taken in by this fame, media, music, everything. Yo, Doug.
I thought we was all family, man. I really thought that, though. You know what I'm saying? So right now, you're the only family I got. You're the only family I see. You feel me?
Yeah.
I done always spoke up for everybody, you know? And, you know, I ain't bitter or nothing. I'm just telling you how it is because you're the only one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So me and you, if you're the only one that came to get me, that's all I can do is say, like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every time everybody try to attack us, I'm always riding. And you're the only person that be able to hug you. So I wanted to play that. Now, this came out 12 weeks ago from the Shade Room. Shout out to the Shade Room for that exclusive.
Yeah, absolutely. I just felt that energy. It's like something was channeling through me. You know how it be when I like get in that mode and it's like, gotta do it.
Yeah. Jump into your bag and thanks for the short job look too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely. We gotta keep that going. When I got my website, it's ready. They gave it back to me actually.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like I was saying before, I didn't recognize there was one more clip, but I wanted to play that call. Now, I don't know if that call will be entered into court. Now, of course, I'm not trying to get the Shade Room caught up, okay? I am playing this to give you context, conjecture, and connection that this call did happen between Kanye West and P. Diddy while P. Diddy was in jail. I will add this to the description box below. Like I said, if you guys want to talk about on your channels, feel free. Just credit the Shade Room and also credit me. That's all I ask. I mean, of course, grown people don't do what they want to do, but we're all trying to cover it the best way we can. And so I thought that piece of audio or those pieces of audio would add some really good color to the timeline there. And finally, here from the New York Post there, listen to the moment Sean Diddy Combs calls his girlfriend a crack pipe in creepy voice note played at trial. Newly released audio captures Sean Diddy Combs creepily telling one of his girlfriends that she is his crack pipe because of how addicted he was to her. The disgraced 55-year-old music mogul sent a voice note to his then partner around March 2023, shortly after they returned from a vacation to Turks and Caicos, according to testimony at his sex trafficking trial. My hand, hey baby, it's all good. Get your rest. You are the crack pipe. Shall call you CP. Combs could be heard saying in the creepy audio clip released this week after being played Tuesday for the jury. Hey baby, we had a great time staying the light, he says earlier in the show recording to his then girlfriend, only referred to in court as Jane Doe. I want you to stay in the light. You know what I'm saying? We had a very, very good time together. So much fucking fun. Now go rest up, get in your bag. He goes on before kissing noises are heard. You know what I'm saying? Got your contract, find a nice little spot, put your mind at ease, and yeah, I had a great time, and I really want you to get some rest. I didn't know about you throwing up and all that. He continues without explanation because during one of these hotel nights, she actually threw up, and then Diddy patted her on the back and said, you know, the next person is already here. That's when I was like, hold on a second. Get some rest, baby. Love. Girlfriend responded, crack pipe is over for both of us. It's definitely mutual. Combs is accused of beating Jane Doe and forcing her to get drugged up and have sex with no escorts against her will. She says she is still in therapy to discover why she kept going back to the hip-hop mogul despite his alleged crimes against her and why she only wanted to sleep with Combs. The accuser met the Bad Boy Records founder in 2020 while on a trip to Miami with a group of girlfriends, one of whom Combs was involved with at the time, she told jurors. The social media influencer who dated the I'll Be Missing You producer from 2021 until his arrest in September last year admitted that she still loved Combs while under cross-examination from the Bad Boy Records founder's lawyer, Taryn Garagos. She broke down at times during her testimony as she recalled hours-long beatings she suffered at Combs' hands, as well as some of the explicit details of the freak-off sex marathons in which she said she was forced to participate. Jane Doe was one she better not ask for a fucking condom by Combs during the encounters, she tearfully told jurors. At the end of those notorious sex sessions with male prostitutes and porn stars, she would then make love with Combs alone. She told the jury that was truly the only reason why I endured these nights, so that at the end I could just have the love and affection with my partner, she said. Combs told Jane Doe that he was polyamorous when they started dating. She told jurors the social media influencer is due to finish testifying today after a grueling 5 days on the stand. Attorneys have a hard deadline to finish the questioning today as Jane has an international flight to catch. Combs, who could spend life in prison if convicted on the charges, has denied all wrongdoing. Let me see if I can refresh this so we can hear that audio. Looks like it's not pull up. Okay, now it wants to pull up. See how technology works, ladies and gentlemen? Turn this up.
So if you come in for 24 hours, yeah, you always wanted to set some up. So now you got the opportunity. So set some up for tomorrow night. That last vision we had was Dawn and ATL. See you put it together, baby. Hey, baby, we had a great time. Stay in the light. It's all good. Get your rest.
Okay, I'm gonna go back because I was trying to technology. Jesus Christ. There we go. Okay, because I want y'all to see the words and hear them loud and clear. Okay, here we go.
Or the crack pipe. So if you come in for 24 hours, yeah, you always wanted to set some up. So now you got the opportunity. So set some up for tomorrow night. That last vision we had was Dawn and ATL. See you put it together, baby. Hey, baby, we had a great time. Stay in the light. It's all good. Get your rest. You are the crack pipe. That's my new name for you, crack pipe. Or should I call you CP? But yeah, I want you to stay in the light. You know what I'm saying? We had a very, very good time together. Like so much fucking fun. So much fucking fun. Now go rest up. Get in your bag. You know what I'm saying? Got your contract. Find a nice little spot. Put your mind at ease. And yeah, I had a great time. And I really, really want you to get some rest. I didn't know about you throwing up and all that. That's when I was like, hold up a second. All right, get some rest, baby. Love.
All right, so there is Diddy. There, I'm gonna turn up my camera now because we done a whole show for over an hour. Yes, we have. What a show this evening. Because child, I will have to tell you.
Time is slipping away from me. Yeah.
Child. So what did y'all think? By the way, 13 people in the building. Thank y'all so much. I'm very, very humbled by those numbers. Thank you so much. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you are feeling the vibe of this live here. A lot happened today with Jane. Basically admitting to the fact that, you know, she really was his concubine, never his girlfriend. I think that has been a very consistent beat throughout this trial. Of course, you know, we don't know who the other rapper is that she went to another freak off with. But everybody, I think, believes it's Kanye West and Rihanna. Satori, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And that really, truly, she really was in a space of reckless thought. You know, the sympathetic voicemail, and that she was processing some trauma, and that Diddy tried to change after the Cassie lawsuit. And, you know, she mentioned some good times, like the birthday party that, you know, felt like prom, right? So it's a lot going on here, per usual. And yeah, so we are live on tour. Yeah. So like I said, thank you to Erica70 for being here. Justine, Linnell Stiller, thank you so much for being here. Justine Bell, rather Colton, as well. 13 people in the building, 15 people in the building now. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Glad to have all of you here in the building. And please feel free to drop into the live chat what you have to say on the trial on the 22nd day of the Diddy trial. A lot went down. And like I said, of course, I will add that Shade Room audio, because I think that definitely deserves to be heard, for sure. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Listen, I try my very best to give you entertainment with soul. I think that that's what we do over here better than anybody else on YouTube. I know there's many content creators that they throw down, but they don't do a whole TKO, to use the words of Teddy Pendergrass here. So with that being said, if nobody else has anything to say, I will get to the Daily Motivator. And for those of you who this is your first time here, we do the Daily Motivator at the end of the evening editions. We do a positive news story at the end of the morning editions, because I believe throughout the day you need something positive to think about, and then in the evening you deserve to go to bed with something good. So I learned by going where I have to go. Theodore Roosevelt. Yes, indeed. There is time for the day mobile for Thursday, June 12th, 2025. Taste of Infinity. Make a beautiful place, make a beautiful occasion. Fun goes better, work goes better, life goes better when there's beauty involved. There's a reason why so many have spent so much effort for so long on beauty. Beauty serves as both a tribute to existence and a palpable improvement on it. Beauty transforms discrete amounts of time, energy, and resources into a taste of infinity. Beauty may sometimes reside in opulence, yet true beauty itself is not an extravagance. Beauty transcends its material expression and delivers essential nourishment to your spirit. The work you do to seek, encourage, and create beauty is never wasted, for beauty empowers life through obvious means as well, in ways that defy understanding. Find beauty, support beauty, create beauty, and linger with it. Beauty provides a dimension of richness that nothing else can equal, from Ralph Morrison. Oh, brother, let's talk about it. I don't think that covering this trial, there's any taste of infinity. If there's any taste of infinity, it's to create a larger sound of supporting people that are going through these things. So the first thing I would say about a taste of infinity, in order for it to be infinite and to never break and to never, and for it to never have any opposition, you have to match the energy of what you're asking for. That's the first thing I will tell you. The second thing I will tell you is that beauty transcends its material expression and delivers essential nourishment to your spirit. I will say the fact that they're covering this trial, I think it is to know that there are people out here that they have a pulse. I think that's one problem that a lot of the subscribers have with some content creators. It's like, okay, we know about pop culture, we know about entertainment, but hey, listen. Can you be alert for like 3 minutes of like there's other shit going on in the world? And I feel like this trial is really showcasing who is about it and who talks about it, right? And finally, the third and final thing I will say to you all is beauty provides a dimension of richness that nothing else can equal. The only way you will ever experience that dimension is if what you're given to that dimension is true, right? A negative plus a negative equals a negative. A positive plus a positive equals a positive. So if you are not experiencing beauty, maybe you need to look at what you're contributing to see the reflection that you are looking at, right? So with that being said, everybody, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special, because you are always one of us and trust. You may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why? It's one thing to call yourself, it's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you, you have spent time with me, and hopefully by spending time together, our lives will be great together. And always remember, we're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or child, you're just recognizing that. Listen, when you make it, it's just a bigger responsibility. Make sure the replay is not just ready for you to watch it, not just ready for you to listen to it, but for you want to experience it again. I love you. I value, I embrace you all. Always remember, receive love, you gotta give it, receive love, you gotta give it, receive love, you gotta give it. Wherever obstacles you have overcome, wherever success you have achieved upon this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you, but no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And listen, let's move forward in recognizing that this reckoning can be a purposeful tool. And when I was on Remixing Politics and Culture with Pam, I said, what we cannot do is allow this trial, this case, this experience in time dictate the movement of hip hop. We cannot do that, because hip hop is a vessel. And just because one person who was operating that vessel is a piece of shit doesn't mean the whole genre and the people that have been doing the work are shit. Okay? Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's to come, for the blessings on the way for you, me, all of us, as a society, as a people, as a culture. I feel the love and I send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Bye.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should